Good day, crafty chums. It's Nikki here, and I thought I'd come on this channel, my own channel, to finish off my toilet paper roll mini. I might not finish it off because actually, in reality, I've sort of stalled. So, hey, who knows how far this will go? Hi, Ian. So, yeah, I'm not sure how far this one's going to go. I just flicked over and lost chat, so got it back. I was just, my hubby's just, that's a really bad stream, isn't it? Ooh, oh, did it come clearer? Has it come clearer? No. Hi, Tanya. Oh, man. Is this going to be a good stream or not? This is not going to be a good stream. I'm not going to hang about because you won't be able to see too much. What's it like for you guys? Tell me the clarity of the picture with you. Because my end, it looks really bad. I'm just going to wait until you tell me. It's lovely. It's lovely for you, is it? We can just see you. So the clarity of the picture is not good, or with you, Ian, or what? It's clear for you. And I've just got to. My hubby's in the UK, and he's just he's doing some silly things on the phone, so I've just got to check this.
So like I'm just going to stay here until Tuesday, and then go up and stay with Iridium for the night and do all that Anzac stuff. This should be super duper.
Okay. It's been sending me weird messages. It's clear for you? Good. It's okay. Okay. So I started this toilet paper roll mini not yesterday, day before, and so I'll show you what I've done so far. And as you can see, as I say, I've stalled slightly because I didn't think it through really. So so this is just what I've done for the moment. I just went ahead and did it. I wasn't thinking about what I was doing, so it's going to be a little bit all over the place, I feel. But it's got some nice flips and flaps, and so we go there, and then of course I've got to finish off there. I've done a stack the pages binding on it, so that's what the hinges look like. You'll have to go and watch the other video if you want to see how to do the hinges. Stack the deck, stack the pages. Stack the deck, I think she called it first, and then if you do it on pages, it's stack the pages. So this is stack the deck, I believe. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else is going to come in. Da, 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 da. Otherwise, I'll just get on with it. So, yeah, I haven't really thought about how I'm going to finish this one off, as I say, because I didn't plan it out. I just did it. So I'm having to remedial think about things now. It's never good when you don't plan it out. I don't think anyway, so I've got to think about inserts and things like that. That's a good size, isn't it? So we'll see how far down these go. I keep my magnets stuck to my metal ruler. That way I won't lose them when I'm actually crafting. And then I stick them to my trolley afterwards, just stick them on the handle. Because that's what they are. They are magnets after all. Okay. I can't work in So that's 3, and I can't work in centimeters, and that's I've got to work in inches. Hi Ruth. Hi Carrie Ann. No more singing today. No, you don't want my singing. It's not nice. My singing is not nice. Just going to cut a little bit smaller. Hi Aristi. I'm assuming you don't want to come on with me there. I'm assuming you want to stay quiet because you're mum. Just look at some cardstock. You can come for a bit, okay? If I put the link in the chat, you won't get it, will you? So I'll have to message you, will I? Shall I try the chat? Okay, I'm just going to disappear for a little second there because I've just got to come on to another screen. I'll be back, don't worry. I'll be back. Just takes a little while for it to ramp up, that's all. Look at that. Just takes a little while. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Here you go then. Coming back. Let me just get everything back now. Just takes a little while. Okay. Am I back? There we go. And I'm back, I hope. Hey. See, I didn't write it down and now I've forgotten. So it was 3 and an 8, I think. 3 and an 8. Bye. What was it?
Hello.
Hi, Aristi.
Hello. Hi, Lizard. Hi, Ian. Hi, Carrie-Ann. Hi, Ruth. Ian, long time no see. Yeah, you have to click on you.
I have.
I can speak a bit because it's a party, as you could hear the music, and it's a party, so she isn't. you know.
Do you want to send Ian the link if he wants to come in? So I have to do a convoluted thing.
I can send it to him if you want.
Yeah, see if you can. See
Okay.
if Ian wants to come in, he can just come and chat if he doesn't want to do anything.
He can sing.
He can sing.
Yeah. Let's go to
dance, he can sing.
Find Tina.
He can dance, he can jive, having the time of his life.
Dancing Queen. Ian, I will send to Facebook so it shows that you're offline. I'm just saying so you can see it.
You can dance, you can jive. Can't find my phone folder. It's not really phone, so don't you worry.
What do they call it? Bone folder.
Yeah, I know. Why? Why? This is the thing, isn't it? Why?
How are you, Korean? I'm saying it. Did you Nikki searching internal all inclusive? Let's see.
Let's have a look. Let's see what this is like.
Yeah.
There I am.
There's a plant in YouTube.
There I am. Oh, that's just a second. No, it's not that. It's that one.
Jeez, Ian.
I should have muted him, shouldn't I? How long have you been doing this, Ian?
Yeah,
I can't mute it until it comes up on screen. So there is a, you know, if I say anything while I'm doing that, it will pick up. You have to listen to mute.
Yeah, I usually mute before I mute YouTube while I'm actually entering into the Google Hangout.
Yeah, so do I.
First.
But mine don't come up until I'm actually in. So there's already sound coming through it by the time I mute it.
Yeah.
Still a little bit warm, even though it's night time.
Still warm, I can't believe it.
Can you believe it? UK, we're having a mini heat wave weekend. Everybody's going to seaside.
Everybody's going to get burnt at the beach.
Yeah, we're going to walk back to work on Monday, all because we've not got no factor whatever on. They've just gone out in but not, and they'll all go back to work on Monday and they'll be, oh, I'm in pain. Oh, dead funny.
Yeah. Oh, man. Sorry about this. I've just got to text my husband while I'm doing this. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Sherry.
Right, I'm just going to lock you out, guys.
Okay, sir. Group.
Out. There we go.
Hello, Debbie. Hi, Sherry. How are you, girls?
Right. Do I now close that? Oh, no.
I just have to open the pockets up a bit because where I've painted them, it's closed up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that is made from toilet paper. It's amazing.
Sorry?
And that is made from toilet paper. It's amazing.
Toilet paper roll.
Yeah. I prefer the kitchen towel roll.
Yeah, I do as well.
Just it's better quality.
Because
for those of you who are not fully initiated, in the last episode that we were in, This is what I would do in life.
And then I'll give you a full screen on that one.
Woohoo!
Did that one on Aristi's channel if you want to go and catch the video on it.
Yeah, we had a good session, didn't we? Talking about the basic things of life. And singing old
Yes,
songs that we can't get out of his head. Are we reiterating what those songs are, or have we moved on?
No, this is a UK lady, so it's a serious live stream. It's not like
I've got to be more formal and UK-esque. Very good.
Nikki's a serious girl.
Just no swearing, all right? I don't like swearing.
Yes, Nikki's a serious girl. So no akadzu here.
You can agadoo and push your pineapple or whatever.
No, but that's almost like swearing, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Just wait, there's another level. I'm dyslexic, so I find this really hard. YMCA. YMCA. What coordination?
Dun dun. Young man. Dun na 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 na. So, isn't that a YMCA?
Yep.
Was that the band that they were wearing those funny costumes with like Indians and plumbers and stuff like that?
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's the one.
The village people. Oh, dear. How come we have these things stained into his minds?
Did any one of you like Bee Gees? I
Yeah.
love Bee Gees. Do you know that the music from Stayin' Alive, everyone singing, that music, the beat that it has, it's relaxing, and it's a great beat for many activities because it's really relaxing.
Okay. Do you know that's the that beat of the music there is the one you do resuscitation to?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's right.
When you do chest compressions, that's
When you do compressions,
yeah. That's the one you
always
keep.
remember that Staying Alive music.
Yeah.
If you need to recompress someone. Is that the correct expression? Recompress.
Chest compressions, yeah.
Unless it's a baby. Different pressure for a baby.
Oh yes, it's 2 fingers.
Couple of fingers. It's a massage, isn't it? If you do a child.
Yeah.
A small baby under 6 months, is it? That you do with the fingers?
And you have to, when you give them mouth to mouth, you have to blow over the nose and the mouth.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've done a bit of training with that sort of stuff, but I probably would.
You know, the new rules say that you don't even have to blow. It started every 50 hits, 1 blow. Then it went to 30 hits, 1 blow. Now the new rule says as long as you press right, you pull the air inside. So as long as you press, so the heart will be active. It's okay.
That's what they say.
Yeah. They have raised the hits, but you do the blow.
It all depends on what has stopped it in the first place, doesn't it?
But I think also as well, the actual survival rate from resuscitation like that is very minimal anyway, isn't it?
I mean, the main thing what they actually say is call an ambulance quick.
Yeah.
If somebody,
that's the first thing you do. Don't you have done the lesson? The first thing you do before you start going all the stuff is to Go close to the person, see if they communicate, if they have the conscience, and then you call 911 or whatever is in your country. Here it's 166, and then you say the condition, and you say that you know CPR. Can I do it? And we'll say you yes or no, and then you go and do it. And all you have to do is to keep the heart giving blood. That's why you do it. You know, in here, and I bet in many places, they have machines in various public places that
Yeah,
give the shock.
defibrillators.
Defibrillator.
Yeah, defibrillator.
Be very careful about using
Defibs.
because that can obviously alter your pattern of your heartbeat. And only trained people should use things like that, even if it's an emergency.
Well, do you know what?
You know
We have
something?
them
They
so
are
all
having
over the
instructions
place.
inside. They're having instructions inside because they are meant for
And they
being
talk.
used by the public.
Yeah, they talk to you as well. So
Oh, do they?
yeah.
Right. So it tells you what to do.
It's
So
for only
shows
for heart attack,
Yeah.
and it's only do is the reprogram, the recharge the heart.
Yeah.
But the first thing you must do is to see if the person is breathing, if it's air inside it, because it might be just an airway blockage. You have to check that. You have to make sure that
That's
the air
first
is
thing you check for blockages before you go anywhere. First thing, call emergency services. Check the airwave and get a person into a comfortable position where they can breathe. And then if none of that's working, then you've got to go for emergency stuff like CPR, aren't you? Well, fortunately, I've never been in a position to actually have to do that to anybody.
No, I've had to resuscitate.
I once came across an elderly gentleman that had fallen down and hit his head against a stone wall, and because it was a secluded area and very few people go up and down, he was lying on the floor with bleeding and what have you. So I had to ring an ambulance for him, and fortunately, another ambulance was on its way to another non-essential thing. So I stopped the ambulance and they dealt with him. So that's as close as I've ever been to an emergency like that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about mine.
The other day, a lady in a group posted that how happy she was that she woke up in the morning and he found her bond folder from Martha Stewart being broken in half because her husband used it to open the laptop.
Okay.
And
it's going to be with you guys for a bit.
Her husband wasn't there, and she looked at her kid, and the kid said, "Don't worry, Mom. Dad said that he will buy you another one." It was a Greek lady.
Okay.
Yes, her kid say, "Don't worry, Mom. Dad broke it yesterday because he was trying to open the laptop, but don't worry, he will buy you another one." I don't know, do they come individuals because it was from the Martha Stewart board punch?
Yeah. I think this one's
Hello,
my Martha Stewart.
Kiki's in the house.
Hi, Kiki.
Kiki.
Kiki. Kiki. Oh,
I don't think so, Kiki. You might be mistaken.
I
It
think
might be side effects from this medicine that you're taking. Yeah. Yeah.
It's making you hallucinate.
Yes. Yes. I agree, Nikki. I agree. What are you crafting lately, Debbie?
What are you saying? Did you say something? Then?
I was asking what Debbie is crafting
Oh,
lately.
Debbie. She's got another challenge going on, hasn't she? Have you? She's got another. Send me your daughters and I'll send you a, I don't know. Nothing right now, Debbie. Debbie's not crafting anything.
Me, Debbie is one of the most active YouTubers
Ever.
by interacting with the other YouTube members and participating in so many challenges. You have a challenge going on right now, Debbie. What it's about? I have never seen another person participating in so many challenges. And that's really hard. When I see a challenge, I will say, okay, I will enter. And then after a day, I have completely forgot it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I don't write it down, I just don't remember.
Does the oxides works like the regular distress and you distress with that?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know. It's 4 tags or 4 flowers. That sounds easy.
It's 4 tags or 4 flowers. Yeah, that does sound easy.
Hello, Rose. Welcome.
Hi, Roz. Oh, man. Does anybody else have glue problems? Glue miseries? Oh, look at that. A big lump in that one. That's better.
Is the tip or the glue inside that is?
Well, I've had to put. Look at that! I've had to put this needle in, and it's only been in 2 days, and already it's rusted. Because I bent.
Really?
I bent my other one, my stainless steel one. I bent it, and I can't straighten it out to get it in there again. So that must be a really cheap and nasty pin. 2 days. I've got to look to see if I've got another stainless steel pin.
Yeah.
I should have, but that's nasty.
Ow.
Yeah, look, because you see that one? I've just bent it all. The stainless steel one, it's just all bent up. It's hard to get it back into the bottle, but I'll have to do it. Because the other one, yes, I can't believe that. That must be a Chinese one. Can you see all the rest on it?
So you should have lovely Sheffield steel.
Should do.
Yeah.
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel from Sheffield. Mark of quality.
The green with the flowers, funny. I got from China. It doesn't have to do with the fact that it was from China. I got some metal balls, you know, the tiny ones. So I can put them in bottles and shake them. You know, when you shake your bottle, that will mix the glue or whatever you have there better.
Ian,
But
have
the
you done more work on that?
Hey, I might do a little bit more because it's dry now again.
Yeah.
So
But even though they were metal,
I'm just getting
stainless
myself
steel,
set back
they
up.
got rusted.
Hi, Bob.
Hello, Barb.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that could be the point. Oh, let's see if I can clamp it down. Oh, I've moved. Oh!
I think that was no then, was it?
No, I didn't. There we go. Oh, joy of joy. Now I'm tethered to everything.
Okay. As I say, I'm just like I didn't think this one through very well because I was going to use lace on here, and then I've stuck everything down, which is not good. I should be able to run very thin bit of lace there, shouldn't I? Nice little bit of
Rapid, yes. That's nice lace.
yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, because what I had intended doing was, of course, doing it this way with it a little bit folded over, and then I just forgot. When I was doing the stream, I just forgot. It's like sometimes, man.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Thanks, Debbie. Just catching
You
up
know,
with everybody now. I'm all set back
you
up.
can put it on the edge of your page when it's the pocket, and you can put it inside the bucket a bit so it will be the ruffle from
Yeah,
the side.
yeah.
Right, for the very, very, very first time ever, I'm going to use this brush. Way! It's a virgin brush.
Got a new brush, have you?
Yeah, I'm putting a new brush in. Let's see what it's going to be like. Oh, it's a bit. Its point's not very heavy, but then again, I don't really want a massively strong point. Right.
Nikki and Eileen have a group too called International Crafters. Certainly do.
Yes, maybe you can put the link because it doesn't let me put the link.
Either, but it's
from YouTube.
It's in my description box below anyway. You know, it's always there.
Okay.
And also my other group as well, 12 Months of Mermaids. That's always there too. And Elaine's channel.
Woohoo! And we're off.
Hi, Tanya Smith.
Right. I think what I'm going to do for the time being with this is just paint without any visual reference. Then that might spark me thought process off a bit more. Not that I'm claiming that I've got any thought process. Absolutely not. Just wouldn't be fair if I had a thought process, would it?
That was me yesterday day before when I started this. I just didn't think it through. I wasn't thinking when I was doing it, which is a huge mistake.
It always helps to have a plan in mind, doesn't it? Oh, I'm already in the
How are you, Tanya?
zone.
Yeah, I got a lovely day here today too, Tanya. It's really sunny and it's going to be really warm. I think.
I think Tanya is from the same place with you.
She's she's North Island, I'm South Island.
Yeah.
So which one is more English than the other? Because apparently
No,
they
I
are
think
slightly
Tanya's
different,
from
aren't
New Zealand.
they? Yeah, but I'm told with New Zealand that there's one a little bit more English orientated than what
Well, I
the
suppose
other one is.
I suppose when you go far north, it's I hate to say that because it's not. It's New Zealand.
Well, it is, yeah. But it's like Canada, for example. That's ever so slightly more English than what America is.
I don't know. Maybe because when you think about French Canadians, that would be more French than English, where they speak only French. Well, where they speak majority of French. Sign languages are in French. So sign languages.
Sign languages.
Signs are in French.
But isn't that Quebec?
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. Quebec.
Yeah. If you so the
Canadian.
South Island, I would suppose, is more English than the North Island.
Nicking our continent, French. How very dare they?
But there are a lot of different countries that have settled. Different ethnicities and cultures that have settled here. There's a big influx of Chinese at the moment. Back in the gold rush days, there were lots of Chinese here then too. So it's like take your pick, really, as to the majority is, I suppose, Europeans. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.
Bye, Debbie.
Tell me if I zoom off the bottom of the screen, because my shoulder will just start going, and I'll get closer and closer to the bottom of the screen. So just let me know when I start going.
The book is on center. The yellow thing that you were putting was just the edge a bit outside.
Yeah, I can't center it because I've got to rest my shoulder on there. So
Can you move your camera a bit to you?
Yeah. I just did.
Okay. Yes, and I know that.
Yeah, as Tanya says, we're a mix of all sorts in New Zealand. Yeah, but that's true of so many other places as well. It's been settled. Places have been invaded over hundreds and hundreds of years by different other countries claiming it for their own. It's not.
Well, look at the UK. How many times has that been invaded?
Loads of times.
And settled.
Loads of times.
Celts, Anglo-Saxons, Angles and Saxons. That's three. Normans, Vikings. French tried it on.
Romans.
Yes. Romans.
Germans.
Yeah, they had a go, but all I'm going to do on that one is 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Yeah. But anyway.
So there you go. There's lots of Dutch in where Tanya is.
Yeah, you find that in Africa. You know the countries that were seafaring, right? Such as France and the Dutch and the English. They got all over the world and created empires through that, through the trading and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you were just continuing it on. With your little boating expeditions.
Yes.
So how are you getting on with that anyway?
Well, no, it's
is it ready to launch?
Well, it's shelf at the moment. My hubby's living on the boat in the UK, so
Right.
at the moment, while he does he's doing a PhD at King's
Oh,
College in London.
Oh, very nice.
So that's why we've stopped, because he decided, he had a midlife crisis and needed to midlife crisis, and he decided he needed to do that before we continued on doing anything else. So I'm here in New Zealand with my grandkids, having a rare old time, and he's there doing his study.
What's he studying?
He's studying in politics.
Oh.
And he's I won't go into it,
No.
what he's doing, because
it's private, that book. There are some obscure things studied at universities, aren't there? That's probably the reason why I probably wouldn't go to university, because it's way too much academia. And I'm a practical kind of guy.
Yeah.
Teach me how to fish and I'll go and fish. I don't want to be taught how to the technical information on how a fish lives and why it lives. I just don't want it.
Yeah, that Kiki says she could go on a lot about what they have going on there, but she won't.
Is that a continuation of
yeah. All the world is still waiting for you to build your wall. Yeah, we're all waiting for that one, because you know that China built their wall.
Yeah, they did.
Adrian
Pink Floyd built. Yeah. Adrian, he built a wall, didn't he? That was the best thing he ever did in Scotland. But they kept on raiding us in Yorkshire.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, they kept on raiding us. Pink Floyd, they built a wall, didn't they?
All in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
It is. The first single I ever bought. There you go, but Ian information for you.
Yeah.
Oh no, you just. I'm a big Pink Floyd fan, and one of my great regrets in life is a friend had a ticket to. They were playing some. I can't remember. I think it was Venice, and they were playing, and he had a ticket, and all I needed to get is my air ticket, and I thought, I can't afford it. And I totally regret that.
Oh yeah.
One of the big regrets of my life, and it's one of their absolute best ever, because I've seen it on video since, and it is absolutely a fantastic concert.
Hi Sarah. So Kiki, he would absolutely love to talk American politics with you, especially, and he would talk your ear off.
Is that what he's majoring in? American politics or politics generally?
He's just interested.
All right.
Yeah. But
Kiki saw Pink Floyd.
She saw Pink Floyd. And Sarah hates.
You saw Pink Floyd, did you? Who did?
Kiki.
Oh,
hey,
where in America?
Leave the kids alone.
Right, Cranky Crafter, where's that put in the sin bin thing? We'll time you out for half an hour.
Yeah, that's Sarah. Cranky Crafter is Sarah. Cranky Crafter is Sarah.
Oh,
Sarah.
Sarah.
So Sarah, what do you like then?
You're not allowed to sing what she likes, all right?
Music wise.
You're not allowed to sing whatever she says. You're not allowed to sing it.
Oh. Hey, listen, I make a mess of every song. I can assure you.
There you go. She doesn't like, because her ex-husband used to play it all the time.
All right.
And look at that.
Well,
You can still concerts.
Oh, are you a big muso, Kiki? Elvis, Queen. I do like Queen. They're a good band.
Were
Elvis was slightly before my time, really. Although I do appreciate and respect his singing ability.
I think Elvis is timeless, actually.
He is actually. You know the best artists are timeless. I mean, you go back to 1950s and some classics from 50s, and the absolutely. You'd think they were playing today.
Yes, some bands are timeless, aren't they?
Yeah.
But there's so many great hits from Queen. You know, it's like.
Oh wow! I mean, it's how many greatest hits have they got? I think they've got 3, haven't they?
3.
They've got 3 albums that are greatest hits.
Oh right,
and they've all got they've all got 20 songs on them, and each one is a different song. So that tells you how many. I mean, in UK they were massive. I don't know how big they were in the US, but I can imagine they were quite big because they did that classic live concert, Rock in Rio.
Mm. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Kiki was at Live Aid in Philadelphia.
Was she? Wow. That's where what did they call it? Not the two Phils. They did Live Aid in London, and they flew them over to Philadelphia, and they played there. Yeah, I watched that all day. They were amazing. Do you think that'll ever be repeated? Anything like that with that quality? I know they tried doing it again a while ago, didn't they? But it just weren't the same.
Hello, Linda. How are you?
1985, yeah, it were.
Phil Collins, yeah.
Phil Collins and what other? Phil something or other. Can't remember. Easy lover, get a hold on you, believing like no other. I can kill every song. I can 100% assure you.
Oh man.
Yeah. Kill some Sting.
Sting.
You know, in New York and stuff. Oh, the Roxanne.
When did you see Led Zeppelin, Kiki? I'd have loved to have gone to a Led Zeppelin concert. I was just a wee bairn when they were at a wee bairn.
Oh God. It was a long, hot, expensive, emotional day for her. She'll never forget when she saw Led Zeppelin. What was the name of the Norwegian band? Take me home.
Aha.
Oh,
Martin Summer or other.
For eternity.
Do you know what I really appreciated? I didn't particularly like the song, but I did like the video because that was the first time I ever saw animation like that.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember it? We're all like drawn out.
Drawn in, yeah.
Animation at film. Cracking piece of artwork, that.
The live cartoon.
Yeah. I don't know how they did it back then because I don't think they had, virtual. I mean, you can do it on your own computer these days, that. But back then, they didn't really have computer graphics as such, did they really? When will that have been? Like 83, 84?
I don't know. Morton Harkett.
That's it, yeah. I bet he's still doing rounds.
Oh, I saw him. Actually, I saw him on Radio 2. I've got Radio 2, BBC Radio 2 on my Facebook. I follow them there.
All right, yeah.
And AHA were on there, and he looks just as sexy as he did then, but with glasses.
All right. Good-looking guy in his time, though, weren't he?
Oh, yeah.
The girls did like him.
Yeah, Linda said she can't stand AHA. I loved him, man.
I tell you one of my heartthrobs of music that I saw a few years ago. Toya Wilcox.
Oh no, really? My husband knew her.
Did she? Did he?
Oh. Yeah. Grew up in the same town.
Area.
In Southend.
Southend-on-Sea.
Southend.
I think I've been once to watch a football match there.
Yeah.
With my local club.
They don't call it South, they call it Southend.
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 Good, all right. None of this Queen's English here.
Southend.
Southend. Because everybody in the rest of the world thinks that we all speak posh in England. Like the Queen does. But no, I don't know. I don't.
No.
Because I'm from Yorkshire, you see, and we don't speak Queen's English. We speak Yorkshire up here. Yorkshire, born and bred. I know it.
Southend.
Southend United. Southend. Oh yeah, I've had to accept defeat today because my local side, Barnsley, lost to Leeds United. How very dare they?
No.
And that might mean that we're relegated. Dun dun dun.
Wow, I think that my hometown football team was kicked right out of the went to the when you're not even in a league. What's that called?
Rubbish. Non-league.
But from being
what would that be?
From being almost in the first division, they went right down to nothing.
It's not Lincoln City, surely.
No, Hereford United.
Oh, Hereford. Oh, yeah, they've been in league for years.
Yeah.
And they just suddenly collapsed, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Sad that, really.
I'm not even sure whether they've moved the football ground yet, but I think they're doing away with the football ground and moving it somewhere else.
Turning it into houses for some posh people.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Ex-footballers.
I mean, I keep up with the home, Facebook page and that, and to see what's going on, and because it's like, oh man, I'm glad I don't live there anymore.
Strangely enough, a lot of towns are graded on the basis of the fact that they've got a football team, haven't they? and if you've not got a football team, it's like you're not having a church in a town or something. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not a proper town, is it? Obviously, Hereford is a
city.
Well, yeah.
It's a city because we've got a cathedral.
Yeah, but Doncaster's got a cathedral, but I absolutely will not abide by the idea that it's a city.
Well, Well, that's the definition of a city, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Well, what they did is they've got this fairly big church in Doncaster, and I don't know, somebody pressed some buttons in church and said, "Oh no, we're upgrading this to a cathedral."
Yeah.
And that meant that once you become a cathedral, that means that you can get funding to become a city.
Oh.
So Doncaster, from being a small town in South Yorkshire, is now allegedly a city.
I just have to say, Sarah, blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, and winning is our aim.
Well, allegedly.
I used to be a Chelsea supporter.
Oh, how very dare you!
Hi, Vicky. There, graphic 45. I am actually doing Ladies' Diary.
Oh, that's just reminded me of something.
Ladies' Diary.
A song. Stars on 45. Stars on 45. I can't remember that. I'm in a proper gig. I've probably had way too much coffee today.
Probably trying to keep awake. Eh?
Well, I mean,
what was your nickname as a boy, Ian?
Well, have you noticed me? My second name, Jackson.
Yeah.
Action Jackson.
Action Jackson.
No, that would have boys. You know, Eagle Eyes Action Man.
Yeah, yeah.
That was his actual name, Action Jackson. So I got that, didn't I? Really. And then towards late 70s, they started calling me Jackson 5. And some people today who are cultured and know a bit about the American Civil War call me Stonewall Jackson.
Stonewall.
Stonewall Jackson, yeah.
Who is Morton Harkett? Oh, Vicky, wash your mouth out. He is the sexiest singer alive. Sorry.
I tell you who I'd like to see make a really good comeback. Kate Bush.
Deep blue, it's me, a coffee, I come home.
Yeah, she's had a glittering, very short career.
Let me in at your window.
She was the 1970s version of Bjork, weren't she?
Oh, she was wonderful.
Yeah, she had an absolutely fantastic voice.
I actually did I did modern dance at school, and part of that was you had to do choreography, and you had to be able to score choreography, and so I did my exam piece to choreograph a piece, and had to score it as well. To
that particular piece of music.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I'll apologise beforehand, because the other day I was slating modern interpretive dance as an art form.
Were you?
Yeah, because you can't really compare it to actual creating art. I know it is an art, and it's a skill and everything, but look how much money gets actually ploughed into that in comparison to the amount of money that gets put into communities for actual art, and it makes my heart bleed. That.
Ooh, the Ballet Rambert was my most favourite dance company. I haven't seen them for years, but I love going to watch the Russian ballet. You can't beat a bit Russian ballet.
There's a definite skill to it. I mean, obviously, as a person who won the 1978 Buckland's disco championship for that month. You know, I know quite a bit about winning the dance competitions, and I know it's a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, they have my respect, these people who dance, but sometimes I just don't feel that it's art.
So, Linda, I'm doing the using the 12 by 12, but I am having to cut them down a little bit. So these were off a different part of the 12 by 12, but these ones here, and I'm just cutting them down a little bit more to get the images out. So I'm just cutting them down to size, trimming them to an acceptable size.
So what do you feel about that?
I missed the last bit, Ian.
Is dance? It's a skill and a talent, but is it
It's
art?
art.
But is it art?
Yes,
Is
it's
it
art.
Yeah.
Dance, ballets. It's like you make art with your body.
Can you like? Is it a completely set? It's like music, for example. That's an art as well, isn't it? It's a performing art. So is it something completely separate from art, or is it intertwined with the creative arts?
Well, it's got to be with, isn't it? It's got to be with the arts. Dance is such a huge thing because it's an interpretation of music. So and it's an art form in, you know, how you perform. It's art. It's a fluidity of motion. It's an expression of emotions. It's huge. You know, there's so much more to dance than just dancing.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's an obvious skill. I mean, these people who put it this way. I were in a pub with a friend once. We'd gone out to do some photography, and this girl came along doing some photography with us, and she sat with the lads doing arm wrestling, and she were beating them all. And I'm thinking, come on, lad, you need to man up a bit here. And I went and had a go, and she absolutely flattened me. And then she turned around and she said she's a teacher of dancing, and all part of what she does is building her core, muscle strength, and all that sort of stuff. So she was pretty lean, and she was really strong.
Yeah.
So just going into the gym, and you know, it's a real dedication. I fully understand that, but my problem is with music and interpreting music. When push comes to shove, music is an abstract form in itself. So how do you what makes one movement any more accurate than any other? If music's the thing that you interpret.
Well, you see, you know, sometimes you're not even doing it to music. It's a what of it?
Expression.
Well, no, it's a beat. You know, it's where when you first learn to dance, one of the first things you learn to do is to mark out the time of the beat. You've got it because you've got to hit the beat. Yeah. I mean, it's the same in music, is that you have the offbeat, and it's the same in dance. You've got to be able to mark the beat, but you've also got to be able to figure out what the offbeat is as well. It's it's so much more than what it is. Just looking at dance is so much more complicated than just the dance. What you see, the work in it is just astonishing. So, you know, I did ballet from the age of 5 to the age of 16, and I just gave up in the end because I was in prison you know, who I knew that was still dancing, and I gave up when I left school. So, you know,
I suppose some people they get to a certain level of talent that they do move on to being professional.
Yeah, I would have liked to have been a teacher in the end, but I just didn't know how to go about it. It's like, you know, it's not someone in my little town.
To be frank, in UK and what have you, there's not always been a very good focus on creative arts anywhere. So, you know, opportunities are few and far between unless you know someone who knows someone. So, I mean, if there were better options, I could have probably done better with my art, but there weren't any really. So you settle down to the idea that you do it for your own interest.
Yeah.
Which is sad, really, because
is it the
choreographer?
Who's the artist in dance? Well, you know, choreography is choreography, and but the dancer interprets the choreography. So, you know, but the choreographer would, you know, has got his view of how it is, and you have your view of how it is. When you actually look at the choreography in written form, it's for example, in written form, if I can remember, it's been so long ago. So in written form, if you want the movement to go to the right, you do it like this. It's just a symbol. The symbol is an arrow. If you want to go to the left, it's that way. If you want it to go to the right and it's low, it's covered in like that. If you want it to go on just the level plane, it's like that. And then I think, if I remember rightly, you know, if you want to go and you want a high movement, then it's like that. So, you know, it's when you see it, that is open to interpretation. You know, so I can't explain it very well, but
it's like a conductor's movement. Fair enough, he directs, but
yeah,
it is open to an awful lot of, you know, at the end of the day, musicians have a piece of music in front of them, and they play that more often than not.
Yeah, and so what makes one musician better than another? It's the expression they can put into the music that makes them better than one another. So for a dancer, it would be the expression that dancer puts into it that will make them, you know, the lead in a dance or not, the prima donna.
Right.
See that?
So I mean, with that, you know, with a storyboard for a film, before a film comes to fruition, a director will draw up a series of storyboards for each scene, and it'll be a visual representation.
Yeah.
And dancing is a visual art. So why don't they do that? Why don't they actually do storyboards, which have got much more of a narrative?
Yeah, well, maybe they do now. I mean, I'm talking about when I was 16, which is a long time ago. So, you know, I haven't touched choreography since then. But, you know, I learned how to choreograph. So, yeah.
Because one person's thought in there, as an artist, I know how difficult it is to get the thought in my mind and project that out into the reality so that you get what I am thinking. It's incredibly complex and difficult. So getting another performer or artist or dancer to be able to get that point and reinterpret it accurately as you want it must be incredibly difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. And then let's just read a little bit of what the saying is. It the feeling it is art. If it evokes Kiki says, if it evokes feeling, it is art. And Sarah did gymnastics.
Adolf Hitler evokes feeling in me, but that's not art, is it?
What does?
The dark side of the Force invokes feelings in me, but that's not art. It depends. Just because you have an emotional reaction to something, it doesn't mean to say it's art.
Ooh. No, I'm not a New Zealand born in the UK. I'm English living in New Zealand. I'm a New Zealand citizen now.
Citizen. Yeah, my wife's just got her UK residence stuff sorted out and everything.
We go to theatre concerts all the time, anything from classical to punk rock, opera. We saw last night. Be open to everything. If you don't like it, move on. If you're new and you like it, you have something.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it inspires, I think art can be overall. If it inspires you to do something or think something different, that's a better expression of what art is. And sometimes it's a neutral. So I went into the Tate Modern. And looked round the Tate Modern, and I walked out of it, and I thought, I absolutely hate modern art. And it was only several years later when I matured in my thought process that I were able to actually start to appreciate what were being done in there.
Yeah, I definitely don't like some modern art.
Oh, some of it's a boatload of rubbish. It's just people like posh people going, oh yes, this is by a certain artist, therefore it is automatically good.
Yeah.
No, don't think so. You're only as good as the last painting you did.
Yeah. Do I have an accent? Do I, Sarah?
I don't think you have much of a South. I mean,
I'm not.
Did you say you? No, you're not from Southend.
No, my husband did.
Where did you say you were from? Originally?
Hereford.
Hereford. Aren't they a little bit ooh-ah?
A little bit Welsh, yeah. A little bit ooh-ah.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I can't sense any deep Welsh accent within you.
That's because I'm not with my family. If I was with my sisters.
Oh, are you kicking into? Well, you know that I'm speaking quite posh to you as a Yorkshireman, because obviously, if I were to slip into proper Yorkshire, you wouldn't have a clue what I was talking about.
No, not at all.
As what there's on about now.
I do know what you're on about.
Well, you've got a slight advantage because it's slightly English accent, isn't it? But I can imagine our American friends going, "What the hell is he on about?"
Sarah's Welsh, she says. So there you go. She's a
Yakida.
Yakida.
North or south? Where have I been in Wales? I've climbed up Snowdon twice. That were lovely. They were lovely days, right? And ran down. Well, we decided to run back down. Oh, by the time we got to the bottom of that, unbelievable. We're shattered.
Yeah.
And I've been to Cardiff and been to Swansea.
Yep.
I think that's as much as I've been to Wales.
Yeah. Is your dog whining because you won't make him lick your head anymore? So, Kiki. He's probably saying, I want to lick your head, Mum.
Yeah. Why do they do that?
Yeah.
I suppose they're going to clean. I mean, obviously we clean our parts by going to the toilet. They don't. They lick the bum. That's life, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, lots of my relations come from Pembroke Dock.
Oh yeah.
Sarah. Yeah.
Pembrokeshire.
Yeah, Pembroke Dock.
Proper Wales. Is that North?
South.
North Wales.
South. Pembroke Dock is south.
South Wales. Where all mines were.
Yeah, but then again, I'm also Scottish as well because my dad was Scots.
Right.
Well,
you're a little bit Celtish, aren't you? Really?
a little bit.
And there's me, a poor old little Pictish.
Yeah. So my dad was 6'4".
Oh.
Yeah, he was ginger haired.
Yeah, that's about right. That.
And white blue skin. White
blue.
Yeah.
Are you sure he's not a Smurf?
That was my nickname. Yeah. Blue white skin. Blue. I mean,
Blue.
his skin never saw the sun.
Like, I know what you mean. Like a almost Tudor-esque blue.
Yeah, well, he did. He had a suntan from here down, and he had a little V where his shirt was open. He had a little V there, and the rest of him was pure white.
Classic.
Blue white.
Are any of your family over in New Zealand?
Well, my children, yeah, my children and my grandchildren are all New Zealanders, Kiwis.
Right.
Kiwis. I got little Kiwis.
Little Kiwi, right? Do you know Kiwi? There's some pretty weird animals over in New Zealand. You get to see any of them?
Yeah.
Like Kiwis.
Like Kiwis, yes.
Are they very common?
No.
Oh no.
Only see them in the I've only ever seen them in the sanctuaries where they rescue them.
Right. Yeah.
But they're all
endangered, aren't they?
Endangered yet.
Yeah. Which is sad because they're a lovely bird.
But the Kia, I've seen lots of Kias and things like that, and I've actually had a close encounter with a weta as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was just lying in bed the one day, and with me hubby, we're just like lying on the bed, just talking, and he rolled over, and you've never seen anyone move as fast as me because he had a weta stuck to his trousers, his backside, because we were both dressed, but it was stuck to his backside, and I just like.
What is one of those?
You've got a weta on your butt. And apparently they do bite. The queens, the female wetas can fly. So obviously come in through the open window and they bite when they're in season. They can fly when they're in season. And this one was about that big. Honest to God, it was at least 6 inches long, man.
Do I take it some sort of insect?
Yeah, well, they're like they said large crickets. You gotta.
Oh wow.
You gotta. What you gotta do is Google weta, WETA, weta.
I don't actually put that up because I can imagine somewhere else might come up really weird.
No. Honestly, wetas, WETA, Weta Workshop. You might do. That's the one that did the Lord of the Rings animations. Weta Workshop.
Oh, right.
So that's where you would have heard it from, anyways, because that's quite famous. But hey, cave wetas and that grow really, really, really big, and they're sort of like whitey, transparent colour because they don't come out into the sunlight. Just like, whoa. weird creatures.
I can't understand why. I mean, in the UK, what we did with all these weird insects and that is we eradicated them. So we've got like, we don't have any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sad, isn't it?
Yeah, and it goes right down to, you know, there's a big debate in UK at the moment with badgers and everything, and really gets my goat up, stuff like that, because they're doing it for sport, not to do any genuine, you know, culling. Because
Yeah.
if they were going to cull things, they'd do it in a proper humane manner. It's just what posh people to go around riding. I'd let them do it, but I'd say, right, we're going to have animal activists with guns ready to shoot you if you do it. Yeah, I'd be ahead of it with me specially brought in American Uzi 9mm.
You see that?
It's going to be an Uzi, isn't it?
Vicky has 2 cars, and her license plates are Vicky 1 and Vicky 2.
Somebody's got more money than sense.
Yeah.
How much would that actually be in the UK to actually get that? You pay a right amount of money. It'd probably be about £500 per plate.
Yeah, I don't agree with killing any animal for sport either, Sarah, actually.
No, absolutely not. If necessary for food, yes. But if other than that, it's their planet. We got here last, and we're spoiling the party.
Ooh. Yeah.
I know.
You're showing your sensitive side now.
No, it's not sensitive. It's self-preservation. If we damage this planet any more than what we're doing, we're going to damage us.
Yeah.
We've got to wake up, really. Says Ian, who's using Earth's resources to do this painting. What an hypocrite.
Yeah, aren't we all?
It's difficult in this world to actually make a firm stance without actually treading on everything else, isn't it?
Kiki's trying to get us to argue again, but
what are we?
he's trying to get some healthy debate going.
Aye, alas, maybe so.
Trying to get some heavy debate going.
So what's your opinion then, Kiki? Come on. You can't come into the debate without making your stand. Oh, about what? About what, Cranky Crafter? Kiki, I was talking about US. I wasn't talking about US. I was referring to the UK. So look what you're saying. What were you referring to? I don't agree. I thought.
That wouldn't be killing for sport, though, would it? That'd be killing for a different reason.
Yeah, I think we have to manage our environment around us, and put it this way: round near us, they've chopped a load of trees down because they've got disease in them, and that is there to prevent that from spreading to any other trees. And I get that. We have to manage the environment around us, and if if that means having to cut back animals sometimes, then fair enough. But it shouldn't be because they want more land for cows. Because we've already got plenty enough cows, thanks.
If the
And they put
deers
beef
are
in into
overpopulated, if you don't kill the wolves, then the deers won't be overpopulated. It's a chain.
Yeah, it
And
has to
all
be kept
these
in a reasonable context.
gazillions of years, the change was balanced until the people interfered in that chain. So if
Yeah, we
people
always
don't
make a mess of
interfere in the
everything we
chain,
do on the planet.
the animals will make it.
I'm pretty radical on this one. Name one good thing that we've done on this planet.
You mean by humans?
Yeah. Fair enough, we've got all this technology and all that sort of stuff, and the most advanced society in animal life, allegedly. But what have we contributed to the natural environment of this planet? Not a lot. We users more than we are givers.
Well, think of all the animals that we've hunted into extinction.
Yeah.
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 We break the chains. We did the damage.
Don't get me wrong. I think there
Damage.
are environmentalists who strive very hard to support and help animal welfare and things like that, and they do a noble job. But unfortunately, because of the way mankind is, we're too greedy for his own good.
I think so. I think so. Do you think?
Tell you what, we've been on some tough topics tonight, haven't we?
we have, haven't we? but I
We've
totally
really
agree with that.
into the human ethics
Nikki,
thing
you're
this week.
switching. Nikki, click on your Ian because you were switching.
Am I switching?
Yeah.
Do you know, Kiki? That's why I've moved on to. I'll show you these brushes, because the like the act like sable, but the synthetic, and this bit here, which is traditionally considered to be wood, isn't. It's a plastic. So it's like one of the nearest things you can get to being a non-damaging brush. And I'm backing away an awful lot from any, as much as I can, animal-based products, especially in art. That's the little thing that I can do, hopefully. I mean, you've got an even harder job in the kind of artwork that you guys do, where there's a lot more mixed media and a broader range of tools that you use and equipment. It's much more difficult for you. Because as a watercolor artist, I could set myself up and have completely what you could call vegan equipment, even including the paint. So whether you'd be able to do that successfully in the journaling environment is a matter of debate. So
Some would argue
I don't believe that the use of plastic is. I don't believe the use of plastic is the problem. It's the way that people get rid of. There's a lot of companies who do a job of getting rid of the things that we throw out, i.e., plastic, but they don't do it right. The very, because it's a cut cutthroat industry. They undercut one another and they cut corners. And some plastics ends up in the sea when they shouldn't be. I mean, we know for a fact that people dump stuff out at sea. So
I tell you, you only have to be a sailor to see all that rubbish going on.
yeah, and how's that going to long term help the sea life that we actually rely on? Yeah, it is. I agree, Kiki. Just going and getting someone's tusk, sorry, an animal's tusk, and then the rest of the animal, not that it should die, but it's just left to die there. It's disgraceful. Absolutely, and I mean, partly it's to do with big hunter attitude, and people who seem to think that these horns and everything are aphrodisiacs or painkillers, and they're not. So, I've got one more song for you today. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fat. R.E.M. are another good band that I like. R.E.M. Tells you what you need
I
to
tell
know
you what's really sad is with the white rhino and everything else. Take the rhinoceros for example, is that they kill the rhino to take the rhino horn, but actually rhino horn you can actually pry it off without injuring or killing the animal because they shed their horn. So the terrible thing about that is that they're killing the rhino for their horn, and it's not necessary. They can actually harvest the horn.
I mean, to be honest with you, if people want horn, right, horn is horn on most animals, right? There's very little difference. Why don't they get it off of things like deer? Because they shed it every year.
Well, it's not ivory, is it?
It's pretty much similar. It's not bone, therefore it's pretty much similar to ivory.
Yeah. If they really,
I'm not saying it is ivory.
Yeah, if they really wanted to do something, of course they would farm it. They would raise the rhino, and they would farm the horn.
Look how many cows there are in the world, because it's advantageous for us for what we need. Look how well looked after cows are. The most populous animal on the planet, and they're pumping methane into sky on a regular basis and killing us. What they call it is ozone layer that we've not got left. It's scary because about 40 years ago, somebody came on and said we've got about 50 years left before the planet collapses in on it. So whether they're right on that, I don't know. But don't bode well, does it?
Oh, it certainly doesn't. Yeah, I spent a little time in Kenya on one of these national parks where they protect the rhino and the elephant and everything else, and it was really. I had a close encounter with a rhino that used to come to the houses where we were staying, and the one morning I woke up and there was a flipping rhino on the balcony.
That must have been a very surreal experience.
It was just
Hi, Vicky.
These little huts that they had had straw roofs, and he was using the straw on the hut scratch himself on. So it, you know, I could woke up and heard this noise, and the place started shaking. It's because this flipping rhino was there, giving himself a scratch on the roof of the hut.
Nikki,
like,
Vicky's saying if you can sew.
Yeah.
Nikki, say if you can sew. What have you been doing so far? Because she came late. It's Nikki
I'm actually doing it really slowly. I'm just like, I'm on go slow today. So
yeah, she just came in. It's two different Vickies there.
So it's the this is the back, this is the front. I've put it together with the forgotten it, stack the deck hinge. So that's how it's put together. And this is the front page there with a little lace insert. This has got a just a flap so far with a magnetic closure, like that. I haven't put anything in the pockets, but I'm intending just to do a little folding card to put in the pockets, like that, as an insert. I've made 5 so far. I've got to make another one for that. So this is a page I'm going to I'm hoping to just use this as a little pocket there at the bottom. And then I've got a little magnetic fold just like that, which I'm thinking of maybe or maybe not putting a little pocket there. If I put another pocket there, it might not stay closed. So this one has got a little a tag on there. This one is another hinge, magnetic hinge, just to the side. And this one is another magnetic hinge there, like that. And this is all graphic 45 ladies diary paper, except a couple of these ones that I've received in a little rack. So I think because it's still graphic 45, time to put it in and use it on my album. So I haven't finished off there and there. As I say, I'm going really slowly on this one because I'm just interested in the chat, actually, you know, having a good old chat here.
Well, yeah, we're solving the world's problems one chat at a time.
One chat at a time.
Ciara is in the house.
Hi, Ciara.
Better wish it were as easy as that.
Yeah, if only. Yeah. If only. Well, I just found my other phone folder. So that's good. It was hiding in the cup.
Nikki, Ciara is asking if there is a tutorial that you use for this.
No, I'm just making it up as I go along.
What I want to know is this painting that I'm doing at this moment in time working for everybody?
Well, let's have a look then.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about it. Do I need to pull it together with something? Not really sure.
We'll see if anybody says anything, or whether they're too busy chatting or arguing.
No arguing. We have an opinion, but we don't argue. I ain't got time for arguing.
That's too short.
It is.
Maybe it's the lighting now, Ian, but it looks a lot of orange.
It's starting to
Maybe
get there.
because
Just I need something to pull it all
because it's
together
the
as a
lighting
piece
on
of
your
artwork. I'm really happy with the mixture of colours and things that are going into it. But I just feel that it needs something. Maybe tomorrow what I might do is finish it off in some pen work.
Do you see that? Sarah says it looks very Dickensian.
Yeah, because you know why? Because a lot of the buildings are Dickensian.
There you go.
That place where it is Whitby, which is a very old town, and it's got lots of buildings like that. And it's bang on that time period, the Dickensian period.
What will you make, Vicky?
Vicky's off to make breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Are
Does
you
that
keeping
remind me
the
that?
edges soft?
Mm.
Which edges, Sierra, of the buildings in the painting or in the album?
Is that me?
Kiki said that she likes that it's looking like the light is shining from the windows. Kiki, it's Carl Dickens. So the
Dickensian.
that time the buildings
That's where
were
it comes
certain
from.
style.
Dickens,
The
yeah, is from
Dickensian period,
yeah,
i.e., during the period of the
Charles Dickens.
time when Charles Dickens were writing. That's why it's called that.
Dickensian.
Sierra is asking if you will keep
I'm not a literary. I'm not a
soft.
literary genius. Is that 17 to 1800s?
Yeah,
Is it something like
I
that?
think something like that.
Round about that period.
He doesn't listen, Sierra. Ian, once again, are you going to keep the edges that soft? Sierra is asking.
Yeah, it's pretty common practice to almost finish before you get to the edges. But just remember, if it were a proper painting, it would have a freeze round it anyway. So you wouldn't see the edges necessarily. And if you notice, I don't know, can you see that? I've got masking tape round the edges. So
No, she means the edges of the buildings.
Right? What?
She means you will leave them like that, or you will pass over with pencil or something.
I mean that is an option. Maybe like a watercolor black pencil, for example, just to firm up certain areas. Or a traditional thing to do over something like this would be a pen and wash. So you literally get a pen that's water soluble, and you draw details in, and then just put a bit of water over it, and it spreads out a bit. That's another thing that you could do with it. But it needs something to firm it up all together. And I don't know whether it just needs more tonal value, dark tonal value in it, or whether it needs to have some pen. Thing is, you can ruin it with a pen. If you don't watch it carefully, it can be very easily ruined. I don't like doing pen and wash.
Don't you?
Somebody who actually does pen and wash regularly.
Yeah.
It's an absolute art, and it's you can see some real quality in it. But I'm not practiced enough, and I always end up doing all the rookie mistakes with it. So, and I think I've worked so hard getting painting to that level, and then make a mess of it at the last minute with a pen.
Yeah.
That I don't know what I'm doing with. But then again, I'll never learn if I don't keep working at it. It's one of them issues that really.
Ian, write something in the chat so they can find out your YouTube channel.
All right. I keep forgetting to do that. Too focused.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't join you if they don't know where you are.
I would have thought actually vast majority on here already logged up to me. I'll put something else in as well. Find on search
Are you going to sell that, Nikki?
Sorry,
With
Are you going to sell that project?
sell it. Do you know I don't sell my stuff, do I? You know me.
You should.
I just never think it's good enough.
well,
Gary
there's a
saying
big market
Nikki.
for that kind of thing. Lots of people like collecting journals like that, don't they? So that they can alter them themselves. What is it? Is it a mini alterable journal?
It's a mini album. Well, it will be when it's finished. The altered bit is that it's a toilet paper roll.
Right. Oh yeah, you can see that it's that, obviously.
Yeah.
What have you done? Have you just like scrunched it all up from one toilet roll?
No, it's six toilet rolls.
Different. Right.
Yeah.
Ian, Sarah, subscribe to you now.
Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. I'm just putting
Don't read the chat. No.
if people want to contact me on Facebook, because that's where I'm probably more often than not. I'm putting a thing up that you can put a search in, and you should get to me at that. Jack 71. What an original name. But it's a legacy thing that I've had it for it. I had first time I ever went on a computer and made an email. That was the only thing I could come up with.
Yeah.
So it stayed with me.
Yeah, no, it's like I keep thinking I should change my YouTube channel name, but do you know what? I just don't want to. People have trouble like figuring it out what it says. So, tough.
Thanks, Kyrie.
Nikki, Sarah is saying that she has a piece of your artwork and it's amazing. She loves it very much.
Yeah,
Oh.
Hi, Patricia.
I've got one of my
Patricia.
mermaids. Yeah, I lack confidence.
I've just started sending my artwork out to various places, and it's a new adventure.
Vintage lady.
Not something I normally do, sending my art out, but that might change as things go on. There's got to be a huge demand.
It's like my husband. He's actually written 5 books, and he hasn't yet had one published. So he's still hoping that one day, he just gets rejections all the time. So yeah.
Because I mean, to set yourself up to.
Nikki, turn to you. Switch to you.
Okay. See, look, I forget.
Because Ian is not doing anything, and so it's frozen on that.
No, it's okay.
Oh, no, I'm not frozen. I'm just
chatting.
I'm just having a look at the chat at the moment. I'm your spy in the sky.
Yeah.
I used to make individually made wedding albums, custom made ones. That were interesting, but
Thank you, Sarah.
people don't want to pay for handmade things. They'd sooner go out to Tesco and buy one.
Yeah, I know.
Cheap, tacky rubbish.
I've got some wonderful little pieces of art that I bought when I was in India, and my favourite one is a tiny weeny little. I don't know. It's a little square. It's probably 3 by 3, so thrinchy, and
is that what we're officially calling it? A Frenchie.
Frenchie. T-H-R-I-N-C-H-E-S. Frenchies.
It's a good job you can spell it, because I can't.
Yeah. So and it's beautiful, and it's got gold leaf on it and everything. It's a beautiful little piece of art there that I bought in India, and it costs hardly anything.
Do you know they do some very good handmade papers over in India?
Yeah.
I've recently got hold of some. It's lovely paper, watercolor paper, and it's a quarter of the price that we pay here.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit sad, because you kind of tend to think, oh, I wonder how badly they treat the people who actually make it. But at the end of the day, they've got a job, and some people haven't. So it's a bit of it's a bit of a balancing act, that, isn't it?
It is.
But nevertheless, it's very good paper, and you can tell it's handmade as well. It's got that genuine handmade feel to it.
Yep.
Saying that, there's nothing wrong with a proper cylinder-made, consistent piece of watercolor paper that's made by a machine. It does its job.
Yeah.
I think it's that romantic feel that it's something that's been handmade that kind of appeals to me. Midgie! I've got a midgie on my telly. I no longer have a midgie. I don't like... There aren't many insects that I get rid of, but that's one of them.
What was that?
Because they suck blood. They suck blood.
What was
Horrible mosquitoes.
that? Mosquitoes, yeah.
Yeah. Don't have any of them coming near me. Because while you're asleep... I mean, it's even worse in countries like where you guys are. But it don't very often happen in UK. But there's a lot of mosquitoes starting to come into UK that can be quite dangerous. So, and we're not injected for all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I react really badly to mosquito bites. I come up in great big boils where they've sucked my blood. Yeah. Horrible.
Well, that's it. The put chemicals in. They're given they take your blood and they put a chemical in your body like a coagulant. Yeah, and that coagulant has all sorts of viral horribles in it. A leech, it's like it looks like a snail, but it lives in water.
Slug. Looks like a slug, doesn't it?
Slug, sorry. Yeah, it looks like a slug. And a slug is a snail with an house. You can imagine that, its little shell on top of it. And what they do is leeches. They latch onto animals like us, for example.
Oh, the blood sucking things.
The sucker. Actually, leeches are quite good because they use medically to stop certain problems, aren't they? Whether it actually works or not, I don't know that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, cute.
But I do believe medical industries do actually use leeches. But then again, I have seen a program where they had like a plaster that they put on a person's open wound, and it had maggots in it, and they grew, and they got rid of all the horrible slushy stuff that, you know, can't, and then they came out. So little insects can sometimes be a good thing.
Yeah. Just depends, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's how you manage the environment around you, isn't it? Again, it's back to that. How
What
do
will
we
you use for
manage?
cover, Nikki?
Sorry?
What will you use for cover?
I don't know yet. As I said, I haven't planned this one out. So that'll be.
Yeah,
I'm not sure whether I'll actually put a cover on it or just put paper on it. You know, it's might not need a cover. You know.
I mean, from your first page for your cover, what paper will you use?
No, I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Yeah, Kiki, a major cause of a lot of problems, ticks. That's why you should try and prevent. I mean, like walking through fields and things like that, and yeah, they can cause all sorts of diseases and bad responses to your body.
Quite scary.
Yeah, leeches do live in water. I'm just reading comments.
Yeah, good.
The likelihood of you seeing a leech and it actually latching onto you, they don't tend to go for humans very often. I think, but they tend to like latch onto fish in water more often, or if a large mammal like a deer or a cow gets into the water, they'll latch onto them. But it's a risky business that, because if it comes out of the water, it can't get back in and it dies, because they live 9 times out of 10 in the water.
Yeah, my cat once got a tick on its head.
Mm.
And
there's all. Sorry.
I think my mum burnt set the I think she
The
burnt
head
with a lighter.
Mm.
And when she started burning it, I think it let go.
Yeah, sometimes they do let go, but the thing is, if you burn it to an extent that it don't let go and it just drops the head off,
yeah,
you've got a problem, because that then becomes infected.
Yeah.
So it's better that there are things, little tools that you can get to pop it out.
I don't know
whether I
know
that's
that's what vets do.
You can put oil.
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 What oil? What oil?
Any type of oil.
It's grease. It's got to be olive oil.
That would be there, wouldn't it?
That's any type of oil.
In Greece, did they? Oh no, it'd be Rome, wouldn't it? I was going to say, did they do that wrestling thing, Greco wrestling, where
Greco-Roman wrestling,
where they lather themselves up with grease so you can't grab a hold of them? Which country is that?
It is. Well, it's an ancient Roman and Greek sport. Weren't there something called the Isthmian Games?
Oh, now you're not saying.
That was first template for the.
Yes.
That was the first template for the Olympics, but that were done like Roman period, Greek period, and it were called the Isthmian Games or something like that. I can't remember how it's called. And they had all sorts of sports. They didn't have Lycra back then, so what they did is they just not that we should ever have Lycra now. I mean, to be honest with you, come on, dear me. We've already discussed what they call them. mankinis.
Yeah.
Great. Anyway, so they didn't wear anything at all.
In my
That's why when you
island,
see Greek urns, and everything,
Ian,
and the decoration on them.
Ian, in
Hello?
my island, since you know about history, it's the Minoan civilization.
Oh yeah,
And
they have a.
yes, and we
It's a
have some games, and the most powerful young men and women, because women and men were very equal, will having bullfight, but the bullfight wasn't about torture an animal or kill it. It was jumping above the bull.
jumping over them, yeah.
It was
I've
running
seen
and
that.
jumping above the bull. It wasn't killing him.
No, it was your skill against the bull, weren't it? And you have to jump over them,
Yes.
and the bull doesn't actually get because do I believe that
Yeah,
the
the bull
Minoan.
wasn't attacking. The bull wasn't attacking.
All right, I've seen where the bull comes up to the person and what they have to do is jump over them.
Yes.
I don't know whether that's something else, but the Minoans, I believe, thought that the bull were a sacred animal, didn't they?
Yeah, it was
Isn't
a
that where
symbol
the
of Minoan civilization, so they didn't attack the bull.
isn't that where the idea of the Minotaur came from?
Minotaur, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Minotaurus here, and the horns were the symbol of Minoan civilization.
Oh, they were very advanced in the time, even for Greek. You know, the Greeks were at that time in Middle East and all that sort of area, the most advanced society that had ever existed.
Yeah.
And the Minoans were really ahead of that.
Yeah. Imagine that so many thousand years before Christ, and they have plumbing, and they have bathtubs, and they have toilets, and that's the practical architectural stuff. Imagine in other sections of life. I'm just saying the practical. That how many thousand years? 4,000 years before?
Yeah. And they had practices back then as well that, medically speaking, that sound today. So they were massively advanced. There was a program recently on the TV and it explained about Manoa, because didn't some of it actually fall into the sea? One at cities. And they went and
it was a volcano that exploded. It was the Thera volcano. It was the Santorini volcano that exploded and
part of it got lost.
Caused a tsunami, sort of tsunami that destroyed the Cretan civilization, the Minoan civilization.
Were it once connected to mainland, and then that actual tsunami made it so it were no longer part of a full island?
The island didn't disappear, but it was, I guess, flooded or something. I don't know. Maybe it was an earthquake. I don't know exactly. I have to stay.
This program I watched, it showed you part of that island, but it were all about undersea archaeology. And there's a city on that island that's under sea, and they found all sorts of stuff. So, I mean, devices that would be reminiscent of computers today, not electronic, but
the first computer actually it was a device that is called the mechanism of Antikythera.
Weren't it something to do with stars and everything?
That is called Kythera. And there was a device that was working like a computer, and they could predict all the
certain
moves of
day.
the planets,
Yeah.
all the moves of the planets and the stars.
And what you did is you put certain bits of data into it, and it calculated mechanically when that particular thing would occur, which is mind-blowing because that's thousands of years before we got the loom, which is the first type of computer that we would know today. You know the weaving loom.
Yeah.
That is like a computer, because you put a strip of data on a paper onto it, and it follows a pattern, and it comes out with an end product, which is that's the same principle as a computer. So that were considered to be like the first early beginnings in modern time of a computer. And then we get up to the electronic era, and we have the modern computers that we have. You put data in and it spits data, well, allegedly spits data out. Like I said, one step forward, two steps back. I'm not dishing computers. They do the job. Would be a computer. As soon as you come out at shop, poor little thing, you're obsolete. Poor thing. That's why later this year I'm building a supercomputer.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm due to build a new computer, so there goes another couple of grand's worth of stupidity. But it's going to be very much focused on being able to do live videoing and stuff like that, and media.
Oh yeah.
This computer I've got at the moment is very good at producing offline video work. That's what I built it for. But it struggles a little bit with the live stuff. I.e., when I try, that might be partly because of the really rubbish internet service that we have around here. It's almost non-existent. You know, people in America complain about having 10 megabytes a second.
Yeah, we don't get anywhere near that.
Oh no, we get about 1.5 if we're lucky, and that's intermittent.
Yeah, I know. I tell you what, when I first went to America and first experienced the internet over there, it was astonishing. It was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you go to a page and you open it, went bam, open.
I get 0.8.
And it's not even the fact that they've got optical
Fiber, yeah.
You know, fiber optics. They don't even have that. Majority of people, but they still get a lot more bandwidth than what we get. And
Ian,
if you want, hello,
my uploading speed is 0.8. 0.8.
oh, you were kidding.
And I pay for 24.
How you pay for 24 and you get 0.8?
Yeah. And they don't provide any faster. My downloading is around 8 to 10, and my uploading is on top. On the maximum is 0.8. I have seen it being 0.5, 0.53 actually.
But you know your connection, you know the connection box that you have that connects to your internet. Is it connected also to not your router?
It has to do with the company. And they don't provide any faster here. And it's not even VDSL. It's not even ADSL.
Mine's ADSL. Mine's slow as well. But it's like ADSL. It's rubbish. It's not even
Right.
VDSL. Crazy.
You know your telephone line that it comes through. There's a little box, isn't there?
Yep.
More often than not.
It doesn't have to do with the router. It doesn't have to do with the
Oh.
anything. It has to do with the lines here.
Right.
We can do it any faster, and they don't provide any faster in this street
Wow. I won't be paying
because I
for.
don't live close to stores or jobs or stuff.
So I mean, it takes me like if I do a 20-minute upload to YouTube of a video that's not even HD. It's 720. It takes me nearly 3 hours to upload that. So I can't imagine how long it'd take you
If
to.
I upload a video from my phone, because the phone uses more data, because it's better analysis. If I upload a video that I film with the phone and it's 15 minutes, it will
Really?
take 12 hours to upload.
Oh, dearie me. I mean, who has got that time to faff about with not having the computer available? I mean, that's the reason why I'm not retiring this computer, but the other one will be. I'll be able to use this just to come online and say hello to everybody while I'm waiting for my other computer chugging away at download, because I'm wanting to do a lot longer videos than what I'm doing now. I'm doing 20-minute ones, but that's not really what I'm. A painting can take a couple of hours to do, even if you're rushing it. And that's probably amount of time I want to be taking with it if I'm going to go live. So I need something to be a lot faster than what it is now, because it could be overnight, literally having to wait hours and hours and hours. And I need my computer for getting on with other things.
Nick, did you read the chat?
Yeah, I did.
I can see that word.
Cutting it out. I don't do fussy cutting.
Oh, fussy cutting. I banned it.
Don't say the F word.
It's the F word. You're not allowed to say the F word around me.
Yeah, no swearing here.
Is it not F words? You're getting English lessons from a dyslexic here. Come on, guys. Hey, raise your hand, guys, if you're dyslexic. Yay!
How does it affect you?
Kiki is making fun of us. Okay, Kiki needs to be kicked.
She's had enough of America bashing, so she's making fun now.
Yeah, she's making fun of us.
16 megabytes
really
per second upload or download, Kiki.
The upload is the matter. Download is most of the times good. The upload is the matter.
Download's not a problem. I mean, you can get. It's getting your information up onto the net that takes ages. Download is not that big a problem with most computers and routers. Download is. So you actually get buffering from download. Upload is 2.56. That's not that far off what we get, to be honest with you.
It's more than what I get.
But it all depends on what time of day. It fluctuates so much. And then you pay for a big service where they say, oh, look, we get 8 megabytes a second. Yeah, you might get that once every blue moon.
You have to put that you're making in the junk journal's junking boutique and sell it.
In saying that, I mean, we can all remember, most of us, when you used to have dial-up on your old phone.
Yeah.
To go on internet, dear me.
Dial-up.
How scary was that? How did the internet survive that period?
Well, we had less graphics though, didn't we?
Oh, well, yeah, that's it. I like those old vector graphic stuff.
I was actually watching a program the other day, and it was on about the why there's this big conspiracy theory around the moon landing, and they were saying it couldn't possibly happen because of the computers that they use. Well, they used binary computers, which didn't use up that much like graphics. Now we need the broadband width because of all the graphics we have and everything else. But it was really, really interesting, actually, and they were debunking the debunkers. So, yeah, it was good.
The modern day computer as we know it, right? The chip that does all the processing, the central processing unit, didn't get invented until 1979, and that was by Intel. But prior to that, computers used a different process to process. It might have been slower, but they had huge, great big buildings, full of data crunching, and they had enough. I mean, what we have in our modern computers today, they probably had in a great big, gigantic building somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was fascinating, the moon landings and that, because there's so many people who said it couldn't possibly have happened, and they debunked everything that everyone has ever come up with as to why it didn't happen. Just like, wow.
All you have to say is, with regards to that, is we measure the distance the moon is at any one time from a mirror that's actually on the moon. It's been placed there, and a laser is fired at it, and it hits it, and then it comes back. So, did moon put it there? Were it feng shui? I don't know. Do you know? I found myself on this launch thing for a spaceship. And people going on about the Earth being flat and being serious about it. Hello.
You're kidding.
Oh, that's something we've not debated yet. Flat Earth.
I was going to say, when you're at sea, you can actually see the curvature of the Earth when you've got no land around you or anything, and you're just looking at the horizon, and it actually curves.
Yeah.
You can see the curve. It's like, it's weird. It's actually very woohoo.
When you get to early stages of being out, not in outer space, but on edges of the outer atmosphere, you see the actual curve of it, and it's blatantly, obviously, globular. Globular.
Yeah.
Did I just use that word?
Globular.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that the Earth is a ball? No. Or globular? I
Globular.
believe it's what is it? What do they call it? An oblique spheroid. Oblique spheroid. I bet you're all going to run away now and have a look at what oblique
They're going to go,
spheroid
oh man, these
is. Oh, it's an oblique spheroid.
what are these guys on about?
I know. I mean, obviously we've done the big issues earlier, and we're running out of big issues to discuss. So, and do you know? I know now where it is that I've missed out on this picture. I ought to have put some really thin lines of masking fluid around it.
See, not planning out.
Well, I weren't planning on actually doing this painting. When I came on it, was just let's get something set up and let's paint it. Because really, it's not really it's an abomination. It should not be on this paper. An abomination.
It's a
It should
garble.
not be painted. It's a carbuncle in watercolor. So I actually think carbuncles are nice.
Do you?
Yeah, there's not wrong with carbuncle.
So when's the Queen going to retire then?
She's strangely enough, you know, because obviously spies are watching. She was talking the other day about
what Sarah wrote.
Well,
her download is 72 and her upload is 28. I mean, she has no mercy.
Speed, download speed of 72. Does the Cranky Crafter have optical, or is it through normal
fiber? Is it fiber?
Is it fiber optic, or is it? Because that sounds like fiber optic levels.
That's what I'm trying to put into my place here. But I've been trying for over a year now, and I haven't succeeded. So I'm thinking of moving again. So just
make sure if you get make sure that if you get fiber optic, that fiber optic goes right to the exchange point.
Oh no, it's the town has been laid out for it. It's the whole town has just recently been laid out for it. It's just the ones of us up at little side streets didn't get not on the main drag. So yeah, I've been struggling to get it put in here. So I might just move to somewhere that already has it because I'm only renting, so it doesn't, you know, it's not my house or anything.
I mean, you might have issues with landlord in that context.
Well, yeah, they have to have consent, but my landlord has said yes, but I still have to have consent of everybody else on the little side road to get it done. And there's all these consent forms, and you know, it's just booty. And the company that are doing it are just so slow at doing it. Every time I phone up, it's like they have less consent than the first time I phoned up. They can't make up their minds.
It's a lot more complicated than what we think. It's not just like putting a cable down in. You know, if you branch it off, it has to have these optical mirrors inside the actual cable, so that it mirrors it to the right position. It's a complicated business, that optical fiber optic. Because I think people think that it's just one cable that can, you know, just be bent as you like, but you can't do that. There's certain things where it has to branch off it.
Yeah.
And in those perpendicular branches, you have to have like a prism fitted to it, so that it kind of like projects in the right direction. Or that loses you your time. You know, because it has to keep sending it. The joys of modern
you can
technology.
bend the edges a bit, Nikki.
Sorry?
You can bend the edges, turn the edges a bit so it will fit. It will fit there, and it will.
I haven't decided on the closure yet, though, so I just don't want to do that just yet. While I think about the closure.
Okay.
Yeah, hi. I've just got to let your mum know you're here. My granddaughter come to mow the lawn for me. Right.
You'd think by now that they'd have got a system with satellite that's faster than what it is as well.
Yeah.
But that don't seem to be working very well, does it? In saying that, as a kid, like if we were watching, I don't know, European Cup final from Germany or something like that in 1970s, you could bet your bottom dollar that it's a cut out halfway through. Live from a satellite feed. Oh dear, just when we were about to score.
Sarah is saying that it's looking gorgeous, Nikki.
I'm just going to make the last insert before I think about how I'm going to do the closure.
Just excuse us a second. Oh.
Ooh, almost there. Okay, Vicky, have a good day. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, Vicky.
Oh, yeah. Bye-bye. Must be really late now. Yeah, I can. My shoulder can't actually move the lawn, but my shoulder is much too painful to do that because I need both hands to do it. Won't let me.
Burnishing.
Yeah, our TV seems to go out a lot during the bad weather as well. You need a scoreboard, yay! Yeah, Risty's mum would be telling her off if she talks too loud. She's giving her a hard time.
Do you know what time is it now?
Just be careful.
It's 4 a.m.
It's a little bit creepy, Risty, but you know.
No respect for your friends. No respect at all.
Let's see if I can straighten this up. That's nice. Look, my friend sent me a box of goodies next week, and he's sending you a scoreboard. Which one are you getting? Do you know?
Oh, dear.
No. You heavy breathing, Risty. Risty's almost doing her.
I'm not surprised. It must be early hours at morning over there, Aristy.
Yeah, she's doing her heavy breathing before she goes to sleep thing. She has to be quiet because, you know, her mum just gets up and gets crazy otherwise. That's why she's whispering, but eventually she'll just fall asleep.
You have to get what they call it, Mike, that clips to your shirt and speak very quietly.
Who sounds like a mooing cow? You don't know which one you're getting. You just want one so you can score easier. And Sarah uses a Stampin' Up one scoreboard. They're black, aren't they? The Stampin' Up ones are black, I think.
What do you mean, scoreboard?
It's one of these.
Oh, a scoring board.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
It's not like a dart scoring board, which is, you know, blackboard. or
as you can tell, I'm a bit of a rookie with all this paper crafting stuff.
That's okay. Good to ask.
Well, that's it. That was one of the best piece of advice I ever got when I started work. If you don't know, ask.
Yeah.
And don't feel silly about asking. And that's something that even we are. Some people daren't ask about certain things because they think they're being silly.
I think they'll look silly, yeah.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Nope.
At the end of the day, so long as you understand, it don't matter how silly the question is.
How silly you think the question is.
Yeah.
Hello, Dana.
Hi, Dana. Or Dana. Dana.
Hello.
Dana. Sometimes it's hard.
Where are we? Ding, 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 ding. "5 p.m. So, Cranky Crafter, you okay?
She is.
All right. Yeah, it's round about this time, yeah, although we have special dispensation in our area because we don't know how to do time. We've not got that concept yet.
Yes, lovely little paper pad. Lady's Diary, graphic 45.
Oh, I must be getting near to the end of this painting because I'm starting to faff about with detail.
Yeah, you got to stop.
Oh, it needs to be put in. It's just that once I get to the point where I'm doing little bits of windows and things like that, you ultimately know that it's coming to the end of the painting.
Okay. I thought you meant overworking it.
Well, you can do that. I mean, you can even do that in early stages. It don't matter where you are in the painting. You can easily overwork it. And I don't know, in some areas I think I have. But it might be because I've not tied it all together yet. I don't know. Tomorrow I shall have a fresh perspective.
Yeah.
And I shall come back and look at it and go, do you know what? It needs that. It needs a little bird in the sky, and that's done it.
Hi, Patricia. Is Patricia
Yeah.
here all the time? I don't remember.
You
Yeah,
can
don't
read
remember.
clouds.
I'm tired. Actually, I'm hungry. My stomach's going. Oh no, Aristi, I'm hungry.
Oh, Kent. Oh,
Steampunk graphic 45.
Sarah. I shall try to remember that.
Mm.
I'm dreadful with names.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can learn and learn and learn people's names, and it don't matter how much I learn, it just goes out of my brain. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
Mm. No,
I don't want
didn't
to
know
get
it could do that.
I don't want to cut into my whole piece. I want to keep them whole as long as I can.
Are we back into that Tim Holtz envy?
Tim Holt, envy.
Tim Holtz envy. Oh, a rival live thing is on.
This is graphic 45 paper and it's really expensive. And most people just buy it to keep it and won't cut into it or anything. But I say use it.
Mm.
But what I'm trying to do to finish this one up is not to cut into any more whole pieces that I have.
Mm.
So I've just got to try and use up my pieces that I've already cut into.
You know like that lettering that you've got there. Does it not ever inspire you to have a go at actually doing your own lettering by hand?
Calligraphy, yeah. Yes.
Or the majority of paper crafters happy to let someone else produce?
No, I do.
Uh,
I do try. I practice. I do practice.
Because although there's a lot of good stuff out there that's equipment that you can use, it's always good to be self-sufficient if you can with your creative art.
Yep. Agreed. No, I won't be too much longer. It's my granddaughter. She wants to just get on with it.
Why don't you come in and give her an hand? Or is it something you wouldn't? How old is she, by the way? Is she a young child?
She's 10.
Oh, well, she's at an age where she can take responsibility for doing creative art, isn't she? Really?
Oh, she does. She's good at drawing.
Is she? Really?
Yeah.
Do you encourage her to keep working at that?
Yeah, she practices all the time.
It's a funny age, really, because you can be so easily put off being creative at that age by the slightest little problem that comes along. Yeah, criticism. And it sometimes comes from wrong people, like teachers. You'll never make it any good. You know, you've got to be really determined, even at a young age, to stick it out.
Mm-hmm.
Even if your teacher says, you'll never make out of it, or even your family members or anything like that. Well, so what? If I don't, I enjoy doing it, and it's what I want to do with my life. Self-determinedness, if that's a word.
Self-determination.
Yeah, self-determination.
Look at that. They're at it. Look.
There you go. What?
I have stampery paper that has just one sheet per design, and it's hard to use. Someone says it's made for just stroking or something. Yeah, no, it's for stroking, not using. But the thing is you can make something out of it and then still be able to stroke it afterwards. You know? And not just.
Yeah, Kiki, at the end of the day, if they're being negative about anybody's creativity, whatever that is, whether they play music or they're great at languages or whatever, that is not what we want teachers to be doing to pupils. Not their right to do that.
Yeah.
If I had a kid and they were good at a particular skill, and a teacher give my child an emotional thrashing about not being good enough, I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably go to school and string them up or put them in naughty corner.
No, I tell you, I was so bad at art at school that when I sat my art exam, I got ungraded, which is not even an E or F or whatever it is. It's ungraded. It was so bad they couldn't grade me.
Everybody progresses at a different pace, and some people don't. Do you know what? Some people don't pick art up until they're in the 70s or 80s, and yet they can actually draw upon the life experience to an extent that they're able to create art that's mind-blowing.
What it showed me is that I couldn't actually sit an art exam. It wasn't that I couldn't do art. I couldn't art. I just couldn't sit the exam. So that's what that showed me, is that under stress conditions I couldn't operate, you know.
But that is really a matter of experience, isn't it? Because the more experience you have of doing a particular thing, the more stress you can pile on yourself without it being a problem.
And look at me now, I can do live streams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, it's really strange that, because I mean, I left school without any qualifications, even art. I was good at art at school, but they wouldn't let me do it. So I left without it, and I'm one of the few people in our local area now from my age group that does art or of any kind. So who were right and who were wrong in that assessment? Not school. So anybody who's thinking about, you know, what school actually does to us or says to us, then I wouldn't overly worry about what other people think about whether I'm good at art or not. I'm not doing it because I'm good at art. I'm doing it because I want to do it.
Yeah. It's the best way to do it, isn't it?
I
gave up even I gave up drawing after that. So for years and years and years. So I wouldn't touch anything else after that. It was such a traumatic experience, getting ungraded and failing, and I was almost vomiting before I went into the exam. It was like pathetic. It's like, and that's just lack of self-confidence, isn't it?
Can be, yeah.
Mm.
Do we just say that? I mean, a lot of people have a lack of self-confidence in all sorts of areas. I'm not very confident in my dancing skills, so you won't see me very often on the dance floor.
Yeah.
But don't mean to say I can't dance.
Mm.
With the right training and the right person showing me what to do, even I can do Macarena. Hey, Macarena! But I just get that one in.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, that's the sad thing about Kiki's son there. That's not something you want children to go through, is it?
No teacher should ever bully any student. That crosses the borderline, really, for me. I'd expect that person to be sacked.
Yeah.
Because teachers are supposed to be professional individuals.
Mm.
And let's say if I'm an artist, a professional artist, and someone comes to me and says, "Oh, we want some artwork doing for you," and I start dictating to them exactly what I'll be doing and when I'll be doing it. That's not professional, is it? Not at all.
No.
You negotiate the terms of what needs to be done, and then you do a good job for them. And a professional teacher should be like that. They should negotiate through school how you're going to get from point A to point B and learn.
Yeah.
And all they do is they put people on a treadmill and they expect them to be like it. Honestly, school for me is like a sausage factory. That's how they treat kids.
Yeah. I think it's a lot different now than when we were at school, even.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we were talking about the old comprehensive system at school.
Yeah.
I know with kids that have specific problems, that they identify that and they get people who can help them. And there's a lot more help now than when we were at school. But unfortunately, there are some teachers who think they know better than system.
Yeah.
Outreach program. Yeah, exactly. Kiki about the outreach programs. Yeah.
Yeah, my son went through something similar to that as well.
Well, it can be a lack of confidence at a certain period in your life for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Us lads were delicate sometimes.
Yeah, well, he was what happened was that he used to finish his work so quickly, and then he used to muck around in the classroom afterwards, disrupting everyone because he was bored. He did the work.
Yeah.
So
that was exactly the same with me. I'd be thinking, what am I doing sitting here listening to this when I already know it? Because I'm a fairly, although I'm dyslexic, I'm a fairly what dyslexia does for me is it makes me quite studious and heavily focused. Although I can't spell for toffee.
Yeah, he was only 7 though at the time, and we had to move him to a different school where he would be challenged more rather than able to be, disrupt the class and that with his antics. because he, you know, so in the end we actually moved him to a different school where he would be challenged.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in some cases, and not everybody is. I mean, to be frank, I were in 3 or 4 years above at my art level, and my English literature were 3 or 4 years behind. So it's difficult to know where to actually scale a person, because we're not all experts at the same thing, are we? At the same level. We've got strong and weak points, and actually identifying where it is difficult. It has got a lot better in recent years, schooling. Yeah. I've noticed that they have a lot more support system in there, but it's still got a lot of work to be done. Well, today, I don't know whether you remember me saying that I was going to use this brush for the first time. And I've got to say, I've enjoyed using it. It's been really good, that. It's a good brush.
So quick look.
Sorry. There you go. It does retain its point quite nice.
Nice
actually.
Point.
When I dipped it in the water and it came out, I was a bit unhappy with it. It looked as though it was a bit dull, the point. But as you draw the water off it, it actually goes right down to a nice point.
Mm.
So that's a winner, that one. A winner.
Yeah.
It may even go in my plein air set. Says
nice.
even who's not done any plein air this year. Well, that's mainly been down to the fact that it's been freezing cold this year up to now. So is that you nearly done now?
Well, yeah, I've just got to do the back front enclosure, and I'm going to have to leave it there because I've got to sort through all my stuff to get the closure for it. So I'm going to have to
tell you what would be nice on front of that, something that's got like a curved enamel edge on it.
Mm.
You know, something that's got like a glossy, like a enamel on the top of it.
Mm. Yeah, I've just got to think how I'm going to finish it off and either put a closure on that way around or just do some lace over there or something. Right. I don't know. I've got to think about it a bit more. I want to finish it off nicely, so I'm not going to make a quick decision on it. I've got to have to come back and do it. So yes, because I say I didn't think it through first. I just went ahead and did it. Sometimes you need to just think about it first. That's awful there, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah.
Kim, retaliating can lead you to the dark side, and I know about that because somebody bullied me at school, and that led me down a very not violent, but the wrong path. So, because violence sometimes begets violence.
Mm.
And you being a native of this country, you know what a football hooligan is, don't you? You get involved with stuff like that, and it's not good.
No.
Can change your life a lot.
Yeah.
But we have to look at the positive, creative things in life.
Trouble with the school system is that it's for the masses rather than for the individual. So it's never going to be ideal for everybody.
Well, that's why it's called the comprehensive system, isn't it?
Yeah. It's never going to be ideal.
In the UK, we have a system called the we did have when we were at school anyway. A system called the comprehensive system, and one school style fits all, basically. and there weren't any wriggle room. There weren't people who were took to one side and made special and gone, oh yeah, we'll focus attention on that because they are good at that particular thing. But they do that now, which is good. They seek out people's talents, and that's what they should do, really. Seek out what's good in people, or you might miss it.
Yeah. Yep. That's what a good teacher does.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what? Strangely enough, something that really sparked me at school, drawing and painting, was when I was like 6 or 7 years old. I've been drawing and doing things, up till that point. But one of teachers who weren't even like he were a junior school teacher, so he just generally taught things. But his passion was drawing and painting, and he really encouraged me to keep going at it.
Yeah.
And that's, strangely enough, that was the only real encouragement I ever got at school. And it's that one teacher that I remember.
Yeah. I had a really good English teacher that inspired me with English. So my best subject at school. See, look, it's terrible things there. I'm just reading the comments there. Horrible.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it myself. Yeah.
We need to finish on a high point, folks.
We do.
I
tell you what, those of us who've been on both lives, we've had a marathon session and we've created some great art and had some really nice chats about things, haven't we?
Yep, some really deep, meaningful conversations. So thank you everybody who's been joining us today. We've really enjoyed it. Have to do it again soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to resolve my problem with live streaming, and I'll be able to host one myself.
Yeah, you can invite us on yours.
Yes.
That'd be lovely. It's wonderful. I've really enjoyed your drawing and your paintings today. It's been lovely.
Thank you.
And your company.
And yes, and all you guys' company, and Aristi, she's still with us.
Yeah, she's still there.
So we've all bounced off one another and got some great info for the future, haven't we?
Yep.
And hopefully I'll be able to get this finished at some point and up on your group's page.
Yeah, I love it.
Which is
International Crafters.
Be there or be square.
Yeah. Okay, thanks everybody. See you again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.